Hey, good morning. We are your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we were discussing losing weight. I don't think a man can lose weight.
It's not easy.
It's a man, but a man can get away with it, right? I'm telling myself
a lot better than
because women gauge each other. They judge.
Well, they really judge themselves more than anybody else.
Let's ask an expert on this. Let's go to camera 2 as we come. Are women's worst critic?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, of course. Okay. Yeah. We all are, and we all compare, and
Has your husband learned never to tell you if he likes an outfit?
Yeah, I don't even think, we don't even ask, it's just like,
don't do it.
Don't even go there, yeah.
Clothes, just never buy your wife anything to wear. Gift certificates is a great thing to do.
That's the same.
But a man, he normally can get away, but I'm feeling kind of pudgy ever since I've been hanging around you, and you come up with cheeseburgers and...
Well, I put them...
Odie's always got food.
We're gonna have some grub.
We even got a text a minute ago, hey, where's the party at for lunch? Just a minute ago.
Yeah, I'm going to be in town. Where are we eating? It's like everything revolves around food, and it does. I'm beginning to be revolved around.
Well, I'm so revolved I can't get behind a steering wheel some days. Like, woof, I need a telescopic wheel.
Sit like Hightower. Oh, man.
Good morning to everybody. We do hope
Thursday.
I mentioned a moment ago on the 6:30 show about the guy from Rocky passing away. His name was Burt Young. Who's Burt Young? He was Rocky's brother-in-law. And let me show the picture again that I showed. If you'll remember watching that. This guy here has passed away at the age of 83, if you didn't know that.
Yeah.
What a movie that was. I can almost... Was it trumpets? Dun, 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 dun. Is that what it was? Because you were in the band.
Wasn't it?
Is that what it is?
Saxophones?
May have been Bill Clinton playing on it before he got president.
Yeah, who knows?
Could be. All right, as we look around at some things that are going on in the community, big news as we see a merger take place in Meridian. What am I talking about? We made the post yesterday. Anderson's Hospital has merged with Baptist Memorial. Now, this would tie into the folks that are in Memphis and in Jackson, as we posted the story yesterday. Here it is if you want to read up on it. It's all the details there, the press release from Anderson's of what's coming up. They should be taking over, or the merger go into effect on January 1. So a few days left, and this may have something to do a few weeks ago as we saw some downsizing and readjusting. I'm sure that when mergers are done, you have to give a little here and do a little there.
Oh, yeah. So, we could see something coming. We knew that they had been talking to them. You got Oshner's and Rush.
Yeah.
We knew Baptist was coming. It's got to be better.
It is probably going to be a good thing for the community there. It takes a overwhelming large amount of cash to run a business such as this, and a business that has cash flow like they do will help the Meridian industry. It is one of our biggest industries.
With no doubt, it's huge. Look at a lot of our schools with MCC. A lot of that is focused on healthcare.
Absolutely.
A lot of the stuff at our high school, they've got some of those programs that deal with healthcare. Kind of gets them in the training aspect to go to nursing school or
become a doctor.
It's great. Look at Metro. There's a lot of people who go to Metro just want to be an EMT, and they just move right on up the ladder.
Speaking of, I'd gotten out of lunch yesterday, and I was getting in the truck, and I got a text that said, high-speed pursuit, Highway 39. So I jumped in the truck, and I started there, and as I'm going down there along Johnson Dodge, I'm passed by everybody in the Meridian Police Department going the opposite direction. I'm thinking, something ain't right.
That might be the wrong way.
So I whipped around and I did see one tail light get on I-20. So off to the races we go. And if you'll notice this sign here, this is Tomb Suba. As I was going along, I couldn't even see. After I got to I-20, they were gone. I couldn't tell. And the only reason I knew to take the exit at I-20, this sign here was still going. As 50 cop cars passed it, it was still shaking. So I thought, hey, what a great place to turn off. So
Maybe this is it.
And Odie, I have told you this before. Never, if you follow news, do you have a vehicle that doesn't have a full tank of gas. Guess what I did yesterday?
You had to pull into the gas pump, huh?
It was dinging me as I got to the Tomb Suba exit. Ding, 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 ding. I thought, have mercy. So I pull over, I get some gas, and well, I don't know which way anybody went. It wouldn't be long till I got another text that, hey, if I were you, I would drive over toward Kewanne is where I would go. And lo and behold, y'all look what I come across. Here's the car. And I'm going to tell you something. Toyota ought to sell more of these because it outrun like 25 police cars. These things are fast.
That's not the parking lot we were at the day before.
It certainly is. What a keen eye you have. This is the tree in the parking lot where the accident happened with the 18-wheeler. As a matter of fact, that car, if you'll notice now, has a garbage bag to where it got its window knocked out the day before from the wreck. But these gentlemen, I'm telling you what.
They hid by the one tree.
Yes, they did. And up the road a mile right over the bridge is Kewanne One Stop. It would be filled with tons and tons of cops. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, Mississippi Department of Transportation. Let's fill in the blanks of what happens here. As the bad guys got away, MDOT didn't give up. They stayed in the area and drove around, and they thought, why is that car parked in those bushes? It wasn't there yesterday. Wait a minute, there's two guys walking down the road there. And they pull up beside them. Sure enough, that's what it was. The arrest came with the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department coming up. And what caused all of this? And again, I have not gotten this official on paper. I'm waiting for all this from Chief Deputy Ward Calhoun. But let's go back a couple of weeks, a couple of months back is what it was. Do y'all remember the story that we ran on the liquor store where the four guys came in and mysteriously were using their cell phone to purchase things?
Yes, with a fake or a stolen credit card. Yes.
Oh, yeah, this would be the same situation. These gentlemen were in a store making large purchases with their cell phone. And they were questioned, and off they ran, and then here come the popo. So we don't know if they've been charged for any of this, but we do know that it dealt with a phone and credit card and trying to buy a large portion of merchandise. So I say all this seems to be the new trend. If you own a business and are watching us right now, and somebody comes in and buys an abnormal amount of merchandise and wants to scan their phone to pay for it, heads up, something's going on.
Yeah, get that card and then say, can I see an ID?
Yeah.
And match these.
Now, it doesn't mean that everybody's up to anything illegal, but we want you to be aware of what's happening there. The last bunch that was arrested were all from New York. The plates on this car, it was a rental car from Florida. Doesn't mean they may have been local guys. I'm not 100% sure because they sure did know some back roads. I'll say that. To move around,
get to where they are
from Tomb Suba to Kewanne and not travel back. I don't know how they done it.
That's not easy to do.
Why didn't the chief of police, who has those drones that show the arrest happening before it happens, fly them? You remember that statement?
Ooh. Yeah.
Go back and watch that if y'all get a chance, to where the drones are going to be used so that they'll know if an arrest is being made. It's real confusing. Yeah. Oh boy. But a big thank you to all law enforcement officials that were involved. That was a team effort, let me tell you something.
Yes, it was. That was awesome.
We've got a lot more coming up. This young lady is dying to talk. She's got a big deal coming up in downtown Meridian this weekend. Sunshiny weather, 85 on Saturday.
It's going to be perfect.
Yeah, we'll be right back as Anna Grace is here to tell it all.
Hello, I am Justin J.J. Anders, and I'm running for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. Many of you may know me from the UPS store, which I owned and operated for over 13 years. I'm a family man and a businessman. The Board of Supervisors is the business board of Lauderdale County. I have the business background and experience needed to be a valued member of this board. I am financially conservative and believe we should live within our means. I'm Justin J.J. Anders, and I'm asking for your vote for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor.
Interstate Auto, conveniently located on North Frontage Road in Meridian, right down from IHOP, has a large selection of late model cars and trucks just waiting on you. You may be in the market for an SUV or a family sedan to fit all the kids in. And a huge selection of trucks, whether it's a Ford, a GMC, a Chevrolet, a Dodge Ram that you're looking for, or an economical Toyota truck. Inventory changes daily at Interstate Auto. From a minivan to a sporty four-door sedan, Interstate Auto has what you need, North Frontage Road, Meridian. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calipers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. And as we said, Odie, you're getting ready for this.
Yeah.
Because you get to taste all of this stuff.
Man, look, this is all kind of good food coming in.
And of course, we don't know as much as this young lady here with a big smile on the other side. Anna Grace, how in the world are you?
Yes, I'm good. How are y'all?
Golly, she's happy this early in the morning.
Only for y'all. Yeah, I'm not a morning person, but when Scotty Ray says be here at 6:50, I'm like, all right, I can do it.
Bud and Burgers, y'all been putting this together for months now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us who, what, and how.
Okay, so it's coming up on Saturday, downtown Meridian. We are going to open the gates about 1 o'clock and pretty much if you want to come hang out, you can be there at 1, you can come hang out all day. So during the day portion of everything, we've got a craft beer garden where you can come in, sample a bunch of different craft beers. We've got a cornhole tournament that Justin with the back porch is helping
That's
us
a pretty
put
good
on.
prize with that too, isn't it?
Yeah, $1,000.
$1,000?
I'm gonna learn how to chunk
Yeah,
something.
I know. And he says it's blind draw, which this is all new to me, but it's blind draw. So you just come yourself that day and they'll partner you with somebody.
Okay, it's kind of like a blind date.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Exactly. And then we're going to have, I don't know if you came last year, but we had these huge screens showing the football games. So there's a lot of football games coming on Saturday. So we are going to have some big screens on. And then the night portion is Bud and Burgers, which will have 20 teams. And you can come in and sample burgers from all the participating teams. We've got the Mustache Band playing, which they're a lot of fun. And and all proceeds from the day go to Love's Kitchen.
Now, what time do you think the band actually hits the stage? What
They're
time?
from 6 to 9.
6 to 9.
Yep.
That should
6
be
to 9.
good.
Yep. So it should be, it should
The
be good.
weather is going to be perfect for
It
this.
is, yeah. It is.
You couldn't have asked for a better day to have this come together.
I know. We've gotten lucky, and it's nice to just have a good, nice fall day. So I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I think we're going to have, we've been already selling a lot of tickets, so I think it's really going to be a fun day, and all for Love's Kitchen, which
And
is
bring
really
your
special.
chairs.
Love's Kitchen. That's a good thing to help.
Yeah, it really
It is. And especially right here at the holidays, it always is special to us that we're able to give them a great check right here, right before Thanksgiving and Christmas. So.
Now, y'all just touched on something. Bring your own lawn chair to sit and watch.
Yes, absolutely.
Bring
Bring
your
your
chair.
own lawn chair. Come hang out. I want you to hang out all day. It's going to be a fun day.
So, Mustache Band, in my head, I'm trying to think, what would a group called Mustache sing? What kind of music is this? Is this country? Is it rock? Or is it something I don't know?
They're like a party band. They don't like to say this, but they're like a 90s country cover band.
Oh, back when you
my
understood the
goodness.
music.
Really fun. Y'all will love them. They are so fun. They always draw a crowd. They're high energy. They're really fun. So I think it's just a perfect part of the
It
night.
does
So
fit this with that.
it does. Yes. Y'all will love them. And they dress up like one of the guys will dress up like Alan Jackson does in the Chattahoochee music video.
Was this similar to the guy that done the girl that had a dolly one year that I saw?
that was Dukes of Country. We had them for Bud and Bullen the first year we ever did.
But it's
Bud
kind
and
of
Bullen.
similar.
Yeah, it is. They dress up and I think theirs was a little.
Odie, I'm looking
This just
forward.
may be a good thing.
I know. It's gonna be fun.
So
Yeah.
activities, if you're planning, okay, I got something to do during the daytime and I'm not into the cornhole,
Sure.
what time do you suggest coming in of starting to partake of things?
Yeah, so gates will open at 5. There is Meridian Main Street is partnering with us to do a Halloween parade at 6 o'clock. So you can come in, you can watch the Halloween parade, and then at 6:30, all the burgers will be ready. So, and the band will be starting.
I almost forgot about the parade. What is the parade route?
Yes.
Right around downtown area?
Yes, and I'm going to post it on our page. I'll send to you too. Meridian Main Street has been spearheading that for us, and they'll just do kind of the basic route they usually do.
We were really going to put together a float, and sort of run out of time.
We kind of went.
It happens. It snuck up on us. That's okay.
It was, how did this month go?
It
We
really,
might have
it
to throw
really did.
something together.
Yeah, we might, quick, if you can come up with something there, Odie.
Okay.
We need a little help there. So we've
okay.
got parades,
Yep.
we've got music, entertainment,
Yes.
and then hamburgers on top of all
Yes,
this.
yes.
Now,
And we do have food vendors too. So if for some reason you're tired of burgers or, want to come early and eat something different, we've got 3 food vendors coming, a couple other like dessert ones like Snow Biz and some ice cream. So we've got kind of everything.
Is it a competition with the burgers?
It is. So the 20
we got to be
teams.
picking a winner.
Yes. So if you're just coming in to hang out, you'll buy your ticket, $10 if you're coming just to Butt and Burgers. You'll buy your ticket and you will get a little voting ticket, and you will sample all the burgers and you will vote for the one that's your favorite. So we will have a People's Choice Award where attendees will vote. We'll have a best of show, and then we will have actually judging burgers, where we got a crew of judges that will judge for first, second, and third.
Oh,
all right, again, let's ask this, because I don't know this. How do you, if you're watching, you don't have tickets yet, how do you go about getting them? Do you wait till you get there, or you do it, or how does it work?
Yeah, so you can go to mitchelldistributing.com, click the banner, it says Fall Fest, and you can buy them right there. If you want to wait and get them at the gate, you certainly can. But we always suggest getting them early, skipping the long lines, just going ahead and buying them to be safe. And again, you can.
I
skip the
can
lines.
see that.
Yeah,
it was a good line last year.
yeah.
so
The lines get long. Yeah,
Yes.
so that's.
You can skip that line.
Yeah, skip that line, get your ticket, go right around, and come on in.
And let me pull this up. As we pull this up, this is Mitchell's page here as you go to Facebook. And do you go to the website here? Is that
Yep.
where you go?
That's it.
We'll click that and see what happens here. We go here. Yes, I am, as a matter of fact.
There you go.
That's a good thing there to know. And then, of course, you can choose here,
Yep, you click that banner at the top.
right here.
Yep, click it.
And then there you go.
And there you go. Yep, so you can choose the all-day pass, or you can choose just Bud and Burgers only if you want to wait and come in that night.
Now, does that go to your phone, or do you print it out? How does that work? Do you scan your phone?
You can do both, but yes, it will go on your phone, and they'll scan you at the gate.
Technology.
But if you like to print, that's
changing.
fine too. I know.
Remember the used to where you had to have a hard printed ticket for
Sometimes I still like that. It just feels, like it
Yeah.
feels good that like here's my actual ticket in my
can get
hand,
in.
Yep, that's true.
I'm always scared something's gonna happen.
Well, yeah, your phone battery go dead. That'd be my luck.
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody's got a choice.
Well, look, we can't thank you enough for coming
Yes.
in and talking about
Oh
this.
my goodness, yes. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for being a huge supporter of this event. You've helped promote it and talk about it every year we do it. So we appreciate y'all. And
We're on the wagon with y'all. We appreciate
Yes,
it.
right. Yes.
And behind the scenes, and of course, again, let's go back over who gets the money from this.
Yes, Love's Kitchen of Meridian, which again is just really special to us. They have been, we've done this for every year. This is our 8th year to do Bud and Burgers, and it's exciting that every year we've been able to raise a good bit more. We almost doubled it last year, so. And it's special because it's right here before the holidays, and being able to give Miss Fanny and Love's Kitchen a great check right before.
Fannie Mae is
the
just
holidays.
one awesome lady.
She is.
We work closely together. I love her to death. And
Yup.
she is right in the middle of it all. And
She is. She is. She called me yesterday and told me that she had volunteers coming and people coming that she was making sure were there to help. So they're really excited. So.
And also the event that y'all done earlier in the year. Y'all give to charities with each one of these events
Yeah.
that happen. So
Yep. Yep.
we want everybody to understand what y'all do.
Yes, absolutely.
Anna Grace, we can't thank you enough for coming by and talking with us.
Of course. Thank y'all for having me.
Always a lot of fun. We'll be right back. We got more headlines that are shaping America and also the Meridian area, East Mississippi. We'll tell you all about it here in just a moment.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care. Forget custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
If it's crossed your mind about a new tractor, visit my friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 here in Collinsville. They got any style, any size that you're looking for. And right now, you can take advantage of getting a new tractor, a trailer, and a bush hog, all for $31,000, 0% interest for 84 months. Yeah, 0% for 84 months. Also, a great service department to work on any tractor that you have. From bush hogs, disc, and tillers, see it all at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. Mark your calendars for the Holiday Extravaganza Gift Show, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., October the 28th at the Lauderdale County Agri Center. From boutique items, jewelry, wooden items, T-shirts, soups and dips, home decor, stocking stuffers, gift ideas galore. Something for everyone on your Christmas wish list. That's Saturday, October the 28th from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m., the Holiday Extravaganza Gift Show at the Lauderdale County Agri Center. Call Becky at 601-480-1776.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at all 10.
And welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And there's a lot of events that go on during the course of the week. This week has been a lot of dress up at daycares and schools. And I thought I would share this. This was over at Highland Daycare. We got this picture in yesterday. Well, look at this, Odie. Are they not just cute?
That is the cutest little couple right there.
The T-Birds.
T-Birds. And what is that, a poodle skirt?
That's a poodle
You
skirt.
know, I hadn't seen one of those in a while.
Back to the 1950s we go.
Yeah.
But if your group organization does something, we'd love to see the pictures. We do appreciate all those coming in each day. It's neat to see what else is going on. I always like that a lot. Hey, we had another police chase last night, Odie.
Yeah, only used half the wheels this time.
That's correct. We were on Hooper Street. It was a dirt bike being chased, but the guy didn't have any of the headlights. He didn't have a helmet. And the police backed off and called the chase off for safety reasons because they didn't want to have a wreck with somebody not all that on. And so they just let him go and decided they'd get him later. And he will probably be caught at a later point. But nobody was hurt, and that's the way it began.
And that's good, you know, that if you can prevent someone from getting hurt. But it's the way I always feel. They didn't cause the wreck.
That's true. If you're running from the law. I showed Odie, and I don't have it pulled up here. There was an incident on the highway with the highway patrol where they were jumping on is another state, where they were jumping on a highway patrolman from where he shot someone. He was attacked by someone that had gotten out of jail.
Yeah.
Didn't do the crime that he was put in jail for a very, very long time. But the cop pulls him over, and there's a tussle, and he gets the cop in a headlock. And the cops ends up shooting the guy. Well, you don't do that to a cop. It'll have a bad ending. And they were really picking on law enforcement over that. Now, maybe I just look at things different. But if you have contact with a police officer that has pulled you over, it ain't going to end up good, is it?
Look, I'm telling you, that is not a jewelry room. It is not a courtroom. You're not being held in court on the side of the road. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. You can even just turn around and say, look, give me my ticket and let me go.
And you can argue with the judge later.
You do that because you're not going to win on the side of the road. And if you get out and physically put your hands on an officer,
It's bad.
The officer is trained to always be one step
And, you know,
higher.
a further note on that, you'd be surprised how many folks win their case when they go to court. And they explain to the judge what was going on, why they were doing, and a lot of times this will be thrown out or dropped.
Yeah.
Just don't touch the cop or put him in a headlock. It's not
Or try
good.
and take his weapon.
Yeah.
I fought the law and the
Law one. What was it? Busting these rocks in the hot sun.
That's it. I mean, come on. Let's do common sense. Go into a courtroom, say, Judge, this is what happened. Here's my side. Let a judge be the one.
Matter of fact, let me show you some background scenery where you could end up as we look at this next incident from yesterday.
Yeah.
What's that in the background? Oh, the county jail.
That's the jailhouse.
We had a fender bender downtown Meridian yesterday, as you'll notice there, 2-car pile up there. Woo, Metro in the background. We did have them on scene yesterday as they were there on location as we had this car accident there. No major injuries. They were there to help. 2 were taken, I think, for medical help in the end. Not life-threatening, but these things happen.
Yeah, I mean, cars just not made what they used to be out of metal.
That's right. Whoop.
Man, it'll tear them up.
Speaking of, let's go to Walmart. This is like another place that is a constant little fender bender or something going on in front of Walmart, Highway 19. Let's look at this. I'm going to say that's totaled.
It is constantly wrecks right there. There's wrecks. It must be the Walmart pulling people in, and everybody's just got to hurry up and get there. 33rd and Highway 39. There's a lot of wrecks there. A lot of wrecks right here on this one. People trying to beat the light. It's not that important.
Now, and as you'll look at that, and a big thank you to the public that stopped and helped with this. I was there for 30 or 40 minutes. We got some good folks that bend over backwards to help the community when something like this happens, Odie.
We do have some good people around. We've got a lot of good people. We just have a few bad ones that kind of get talked about more than the good guys.
Okay, we'll have to bring up, Bob has a pretty good slogan there for the Meridian area.
Lose your temper, go to Kemper. I like that.
Those of you who are watching going, what does Kemper have to do with that? That's where the multi-county jail is, where you get to go hang out for a few months there.
City of Meridian doesn't use Lauderdale County Jail anymore. They take you all the way to Kemper.
Does that cost gas or anything to do that?
Just a little bit.
What about wearing
$3 a gallon?
Car
what
about an officer away from the scene?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I was just checking. It just ran through my mind.
Bob's full of them.
What else has he got for us?
Can't fix stupid, but you can shoot it.
I want to say an extra big thank you for this, as we had Russell Volunteer Fire Department yesterday out at Russell. They went out, and John and all the gang there gave a speech on fire safety yesterday at Russell. It's important to our kids to learn. You start at an early age and learn about what's going on, and a big thank you to them for talking to the kids.
On that picture right there and that other one, it is a little cooler outside. But if John don't get a hat,
man, look at that head.
He's going to burn something up there on top.
Boy. Give to the fun to give John a hat. We'll help him out there.
We'll see what we can do, brother.
Big thank you to them. As I was moving along the street yesterday, I topped the hill. I was almost there to Front Street. What is this? Oh, they're digging up the road. We got several places in town that have to have repair from time to time. Big thank you to the guys that go above and beyond to work on this.
Yeah.
They'll get that paved back over in a day or so there after the dirt settles, after it goes back over. But they were busy.
At least it's not a brand new paved road.
That's true. How many times has that happened?
All of them.
Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about, not everybody does Halloween decorations, but there are always a few. There was always one in Scuba that used to do it. Miss Arlene, she used to do her house and have a casket out on it. It was always that spooky look. Yeah. Here's a house that we were sent here from the Meridian area. I don't have the exact location, but boy, look at that. They went way out and above to decorate their home for Halloween.
That is cool.
It is.
And the house. I like the house.
Yeah. It has that look.
It has that look.
So if you've got your decorations up, send us a picture. We'd love to hear more about that also. Let's see here. We had an accident early yesterday morning, and let me bring this up. Log trucks and things cannot stop on a dime. Involved in a little mine, and they had the log shift. That headache rack kept the logs from going inside the truck. That's what a headache rack is used for. So they ended up, I think, having to cut the logs to get the truck moved. They didn't have a skidder on site or a knuckle boom to move those logs back, so they had to just go in and cut and move those down.
Yeah, because that sucker's not going to turn or do anything.
Yeah, so that's what went on yesterday there. That was right around the Hampton Inn is where that accident happened.
John's going to comment and says, well, I got one from Odie, but he's not wearing his hat.
Oh, they were giving you a hard time about your hair a day or so ago.
Well, it does need... I've got to get my daughter to cut
What
my
is
hair.
up? Did your daughter not like you?
No, I hadn't called her and says, hey, Angel, can you cut my hair?
Well, somebody call Odie's daughter and tell her to cut old Daddy's hair.
Old
boy needs one.
And
we
had
had an accident also out in the Russell area yesterday that involved, taking out a guide wire. Single vehicle accident, no serious injuries, but as we go to this to take a look, this would happen there on Russell-Tompton Road, around the 4600 block yesterday. And, those things happen.
A guide wire, they'll make some damage. They don't just
do
real easy. Oh, Debbie says my hair looks just fine. Thank you, Miss Debbie.
Yeah, she's just trying to impress you, Odie. I don't know what that's about. Up and coming, as we said, we've got a special guest this morning, as we'll have Brent Bailey in with us. He's next, and he's going to talk about power bills and things of that nature, things that they keep up with, something you need to know. That's next with Scotty Ray and Odie.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
There's something special about autumn and Al's Garden and Gift. There's no better place to pick up beautiful mums, snapdragons, and pumpkins. Fall in love with pumpkins in a vibrant array of colors and sizes. Hay bales, corn stalks, homemade wreaths, flags, and unique pottery waterfalls will add extra appeal to an entrance or outdoor space. Tailgating festivities are fun with Captain Rodney's, Grumpy Man, Redneck Gourmet Sauces, salsa, jellies, cheese straws, and more. Al's Garden and Gift, a charming place to harvest memories and gifts this fall.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Everything starts with a great grill, cookware, and accessories. Add in locally sourced meat and dairy, frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, and daybeds and have fun with our cornhole boards. From animal print coolers to authentic Louis Vuitton purses, we have what you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
And welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie. And what a morning we've had going on. And I got to say, we have to give Meridian, if you give a report card, we have to give a B+ for last night. No incidents, nothing major that I know of.
We're moving down the right road.
Yeah.
Let's keep that up. And hopefully by us pushing this out and letting everybody know what's going on, and you keep your eye open in that area, maybe we're helping.
And let me say this. We brought this up yesterday, and I want to say one day last week. Again, last night we had this incident to where someone got confused as to where they were on a 4-lane. And as look at Highway 39 where EMEPA is, right along there where Walmart is, going toward Winn-Dixie, they got in the wrong lane and were traveling the wrong direction. Always stay in your right lane. If you're just out and about, don't stay in that left lane. It could be bad.
If it's passing lane only, it's best if you don't travel in that lane for safety reasons.
And that was that big reason on that. We don't want anybody to be hurt on that. As we're getting not far off from this as we get into political season, what's going to happen with the governor's race? My gut tells me that Tate will go back in office, but probably the first challenger that he's had on the Democrats there was a guy that got elected one time for the Democratic. He was a truck driver, and I don't even think
he didn't even know.
Somebody went up to interview him, and he was like, "Huh?
What do you mean I won?" And his mama didn't even know he was running for governor.
I'm not sure he did either. But in the past, the Democrat side on the governor, they just have never. This is the first time that they've put somebody up. And what they're saying is there's going to be a lot of national attention to Mississippi over the next few days as people come here, news media, big cycles, and they're going to try to sway the way you think.
Oh, yeah.
So be ready for all of that.
It's kind of like you were talking. Everybody's going to these big cities in Dallas and Houston, and they're coming from California over here because they're tired of California's crap. And they're saying, we're getting out of here, and they're showing up to these big cities. But they leave their political views in their head.
And bring them with them to the new place.
Bring them with them, and they're destroying these other.
We're just trying to get somebody
cities
to move to Mississippi.
Yeah. Just willing to work.
Come on down, work. As we said, our special guest this morning is Brent Bailey. Let's flip cameras as we bring him. Hey there.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
How are you today?
Doing good.
Last time I saw you, the mayor was standing off to the left of you. We were downtown at Union Station, and you were going, well, this is what my office does. And there's probably a lot of folks that go, Brent Bailey, I've heard that name. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell us what you do and how you affect the general public.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for
we're glad
having
to have
me here
you.
Out in the back corners of Lauderdale County.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah, the GPS kept saying, maybe this way, maybe that way. But
it got confused.
Yeah, but we found our way here, and wonderful place and beautiful scenery and very neat studio you have here. So thank
It's a
you
little
for
different than everybody else.
It certainly is.
It's not
Certainly is.
WLBT in Jackson, Mississippi, but hey, we're working on that.
Very homey, very homey.
Yeah.
very
It's comfortable.
It is. It is. But you're right. Thank you for coming out the other night to our event there in Meridian at Union Station, and we hope the folks who came, participated, learned a lot about us. And you're right. The Public Service Commission, the role we play, and my opportunity to serve in that over the last 4 years now. Hopefully we've spent as much time educating people on what the office entails, its roles and responsibilities, as much as we've also done the good work of the PSC and helped people out along the way, any customer complaints. But just down to the nitty gritty, what we do, we regulate the utilities here in the state of Mississippi and
what
those
that
types of
means is
services.
Kind of like the price, if they can go up or not, it has to come through your office.
In most cases, in many cases, and our level of regulatory interaction with utilities is not universal across all types of utilities. We do fully regulate investor-owned utilities, your private for-profit utilities like Mississippi Power that operates in this area. With them, we do regulate their rates, fees, charges, services, certificated area, quality service, all those types of things. But like East Mississippi Electric Power Association, EMEPA, we do not regulate rates, fees, charges, because by statute we're not allowed to, because they have a board that is elected amongst their communities, their members, their peers, that board then administers the rate process and that. Yeah, but we do still regulate their certificated area there in which they serve and quality of service components of that, but not their internal governance of operations or the rates and charges and fees that they place on customers,
right?
Their members. And then with municipal utilities, as long as those utilities provide a service, whether it's water, sewer, natural gas, solely within their city limits, the PSC by statute has virtually no regulatory oversight.
And that's kind of within cities, is what you're saying, because the city handles their own.
That's right. You elect a mayor, a board of city council board members, whatever, and they represent you on those matters. That's who you complain up to in the chain. And
I would be almost willing to bet money, Brent, that you go into a lot of meetings and people don't realize that, and they want to go, "Hey, how come you let this happen?" You have to go, "Whoa, wait a minute, that's not under my jurisdiction."
And you are correct on that. So it takes a lot of time to get folks familiar with what our statutes allow. Again, we can only do what the legislature writes into our statutes and gives us the jurisdictional and legal parameters that we operate in.
Let me ask this. Give me an example of somebody that calls your office that is a legitimate complaint that they go, "I don't think this is right." What kind of call would you get that you would send your team out to go investigate something? What would be something that would get your...
Well, one, not just to go out and investigate, but just a call we get every day is, "Hey, I'm Jane Smith. I live in rural whatever. I don't have high-speed internet. I want it now. What can you do?" By Section 77-3-3, Paragraph 3I in statute.
We got Barney with us.
Yeah, just about feel like it's some kind of, I recite it all the time. The Public Service Commission is prohibited from regulating cable, satellite, internet, cellular, wireless, voice over internet protocol, and those platforms that transmits data and video. Pretty much takes all telecommunication things off the table. That's in statute. And folks generally are not pleased when they hear that response
because they want you to do something about it.
They do. They want us to do something. But telecommunications, internet, cable, satellite, all those types of things, they're deregulated industry sectors in the state of Mississippi because they powers that be have determined there's enough competition in the marketplace. You have enough choices that
get somebody else if you don't like it.
That's right. Unfortunately, in some of these areas, you got technological deserts, and you don't have choices. And that's just the reality of it. But the legislature did create a whole new agency this year called BEAM, the Broadband Expansion Accessibility Office of Mississippi. Started up, they've been in place since for about a year now.
So they could help.
That's the agency charged with overseeing deployment of high-speed internet across the state of Mississippi.
And we do have a change. As we all look at this, EMEPA has been one of the forerunners in getting it's people going, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know this existed."
Man, this is fast
Yep. So East Mississippi has, I think, completed pretty much their build out of across their the counties that they serve in the areas, and seems to be doing really well. Everybody I've talked to that received the service is very pleased with it. The service, the customer service, the reliability, the performance has exceeded expectations, and kudos to them for taking that chance, that risk, for taking on that responsibility. And we have 25 rural electric cooperatives around the state. 17 have done that.
Wow.
There's still, I think, doing the math there, 7, 8 others that have not gone that route. And really, those are the most rural ones, the ones that have customers per line mile in the single digits.
Where it's very, like 5 people on a 20-mile stretch of highway.
It's very hard to justify the expense of laying that type of fiber, and then you only get 40 to 50% subscription rate on that.
No one is, you can't make them take
without significant subsidization and government support to get that done. And MEPA and others have had the opportunity and pursued that and have accrued a lot of dollars to offset those costs. But at the same time, that's just the cost on the build out. You still got to generate the revenues for operation and maintenance and roll trucks and technicians and servers and maintaining the system now for the life of the product.
In the middle of the night when the storms hit and break something, you got to send somebody.
That's right. So you hope you get enough revenues going in and the things on that. But we've, the Public Service Commission, even though we don't regulate that service, I don't think you'll find a body that's been the biggest advocate for consumers over the last couple of years on that type of stuff. We do continue to maintain the responsibility of evaluating what's called the ETC certification, Eligible
Earl
Telecommunications.
Thomas Connolly Act is what you're saying.
Could be. ETC, man, that does bring back a good one right there. Let me think of a song in my head. But we do review those plans, the plans of their deployment and execution of the prior year, as well as their plans for the next year. And if it meets the FCC checklist of performance and meeting their milestones, we approve that, and allows us to continue to draw down money from those federal monies, whether it's FCC, USDA, NTIA, USAC, your Universal Service Fund, all these types of things where they're pulling these monies, bringing them together, offset that high cost, the initial high cost effort of installing infrastructure in those rural areas. So that's, we've been the biggest cheerleader on that. And try to help companies out there identify where their gaps are, because the maps, the federal maps, have not always been the most accurate here in the state of Mississippi. And there's been a very extensive effort, a lot of resource put in that to create a more accurate picture of where unserved and underserved households and businesses are located around the state. And that's really going to help then focus these monies that are available and coming in to those areas that need it most, and not going in certain high populated areas and laying 4 different lines of fiber optic through somebody's front yard. That's great, they have their choice, but then just a couple miles out of town,
don't have
no choice. Yeah. But again, because of deregulation, we do not have the ability to provide provider of last resort or encourage or force. I hate to use the word force.
I know what you mean by that, though.
But require service in certain areas. We just don't have that authority.
And talking about the utilities, and I know we got to go to a break here in just a second, but talking about utilities, I know the Board of Supervisors are always being called and wanting to know what they can do, and which their only answer can be, we do not regulate any water associations out in the county, in their district. They have no control over that. That's strictly their water associations that are in control of where they put water and all that. Do y'all regulate any water associations or municipal water?
So very similar to the question or the explanation earlier that I made about rural electric cooperatives, rural water associations, really the same thing. They are generally guided by a board that's elected from amongst the peers and users throughout the community. You entrust them to oversee the operations and management and set policies for that rural water association. And because of that, as per state statute, we do not regulate the money side of things. However, again, we regulate the areas they serve. If they want to grow, consolidate, regionalize, shrink, whatever, we help facilitate that, as well as the quality of service standards as well, and make sure they're not being discriminatory to different parts of the system. They're allowing you to do one thing, but not the other neighbor do the other. That they're fair in how they apply their bylaws, their policies, their rules, and just they're following their service extension policies and things along those lines. That's what generally we oversee.
I got a question about
there.
that coming up in just a moment. Don't lose your thought on water associations, because we get a lot of questions about stuff like that. We'll be right back. More coming up with Brent Bailey.
This November the 7th, make your vote count. Clark County deserves a sheriff who understands the heartbeat of our community. I'm a lifelong resident, a dedicated family man, and a trusted pillar of Clark County. I know what it means to protect and serve as a community leader. Our livelihood depends on the strength and integrity of our law enforcement. So on November the 7th, vote for Anthony Chancellor for Clark County Sheriff. Together, we can build a safer, stronger community for us all.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
And welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie, as we have Brent Bailey in with us this morning. And we were talking about water associations.
Right.
What if somebody is watching that goes, look, I don't think this has been done right? Do they call your office and talk to you about their concern? How does that go?
Yeah, we certainly, that's possible. We encourage them, number one, to reach out to their association, the office manager, the operator. And, you have a board representative, you have a board, have a conversation with them. But if you feel like you're not getting anywhere or being misled or just not confident in a response, sure, we'll be more than happy to receive that your complaint, your issue, and we'll pursue it, investigate it, and see what we can find out, and take appropriate actions as we need be. And there's times we've had to do that, open investigations and create a docket and go a little deeper and a little further, and we found that maybe things weren't being applied in a manner that these systems were operated appropriately and fairly across the service area.
Right.
That's few and far between, but it does happen. It does happen, and we do our best to work with whether it's the State Rural Water Association, Mississippi Department of Health, others, to bring those systems back in, I hate to say compliance, but certainly in what's expected to be proper operational conditions.
What would you say is the number one reason people call your office when that phone rings? What is one of the most common things that your office gets a question
So, of course, for this past summer, and now here over the last couple months, we had a couple weeks in a row with triple-digit temperatures, and you saw even heat indexes around 110, 115, and that has led to a lot of high consumption on electric utility bills, and people calling complaining, my bill's very high, I'm not happy, it can't be right. I get it, people are surprised. But lots of times that is an accurate reflection of the consumption when these air conditioner systems here in the state of Mississippi have just been
go to work in overtime,
working to maintain that indoor temperature. And I know a lot of folks say, I've never used that much, my bill's never been this high. Well, you've never used this much electricity either in probably quite a few years at the temperatures we've had. And once we get that information, folks may not always be happy, but at least have a better understanding. But at the same time, there are programs and other things you can do out there to take advantage of to better weatherize and create more energy efficient opportunities inside your home. Just simple steps, insulation, caulking, ceiling, lighting, Make sure you're changing your air filter on a regular basis, your
That's
AC
a big
filter.
one.
Just things like that folks may not always just keep front of mind. But those
me ask
simple
this about
steps, they
this.
begin to add up, and savings can then accrue over time.
We don't hear a lot about this in the state of Mississippi. I see it in Texas and out west. They go, all right, y'all done used way too much electricity. Today at noon, we're going to kill it, and you're just going to have to do it. Mississippi has done pretty well. I've seen some instances in Jackson, that area, once or twice, but overall, we're good about not having to have power turned off, aren't we?
That's correct. We across Mississippi as a whole, we have very adequate resources, reliable generation assets. About 80% of all electricity generated in the state of Mississippi derives from natural gas. There's a sliver there of coal, remainder from nuclear, and just a small percentage from other resources. But that has typically been very reliable. Natural gas has been a very stable fuel source over the last 10, 15 years. But yes, we have had some instances where we've had to participate because we're also part of a regional transmission organization that, as part of being that membership, when you do have disruptions or lack of resources in other area, we do, kind of share in the pain sometimes of helping distribute that power to really prevent much worse situations down the road.
That makes sense.
So even like this past winter, this past December, during extreme cold conditions, we did have some very limited rolling blackouts in the northeast part of the state in the TVA service area when they had several generators, several plants trip offline. Now, the rest of Mississippi was sending about 1.1 gigawatts of electricity up there to help them sustain and maintain voltage stability. But at the same time, they had to knock some systems off for short time periods to maintain the stability of the grid. And then also in February 2021, the western part of the state, again, had to do the same thing, some rolling blackouts to help maintain grid stability for that regional transmission organization as well. But even then, Mississippi was in the plus about 800 megawatts of generation. But because we're part of a larger system, we had to participate to maintain reliability across a greater part of the nation.
Is our infrastructure capable of supplying enough power, not just for what we've seen this past summer, but for this, in my opinion, cockamamie idea that everybody owns a battery-operated freaking vehicle? Are we where we can sustain charging everybody's cars all day, all night, and maintain our comfort level that we went through this past summer?
That's a tough one. I mean, you need. Currently, I will probably know in current situations, but the penetration of EVs into the transportation market is 1%, possibly maybe 2% across the nation, and we're talking this is a transition over the next 35 years or so. There's going to have to be ways to integrate that system. And is it a chicken egg thing? Do you build it and hope the cars come along, or do you wait till the EVs come along, and then you try to match the? I
don't think they've got it figured out just yet.
It's in a very aggressive timeline. It's not. The vehicles are not for everybody. I don't.
Yeah, I think there's for my lifestyle.
Y'all know I don't want one.
Yeah, it's going to be.
See the police using these in high-speed pursuit and it quitting.
Yeah.
Kind of like you again.
Yeah, I mean, we got to be, I think, much more, very smart in our applications going forward. Sure, there's going to be certain market aspects and market segments. They're going to want these, and that's great. That's fine, and I think the market will help drive that. But the way it's being pressured is certainly not for everyone.
I got you.
And it's just perhaps not good policy. I understand the drivers of those mindsets, but it's certainly not applicable across all parts of the U.S., particularly rural Mississippi.
All right, on the way, we're going to find out. Brent's going to be in town today. We're going to find out where he's going to be. And if you've got a question for him, you'll be able to drop by and talk with him. We'll find out all about that up and coming here. Scotty Ray and Odie, as we bring you the Scotty Ray Report this morning.
I'm Nick Lisi, and I'm running for Justice Court Judge of District 1. Justice Court is the people's court, and I've been serving the people of Lauderdale County for 30 years. I grew up here, and now having 4 kids of my own, the future of our community matters to me. On November 7th, remember, vote Republican, vote Nick Gleason.
When you gear up and journey out, nothing but you and the wilderness for miles. Just remember, you're the boss. Steel MS-271 Farm Boss, built for the toughest jobs.
Still available in Meridian at Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power, 71 Highway 19 North behind Waters International.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Welcome back, dear friends, Scotty Ray and Odie, as we have our special guest in this morning. We want to say thank you. You want to tell us where you're going to be this afternoon?
Yeah, so we're going to move around. This morning, I'm going to ease back in toward the Meridian and be around the downtown area. Go stop in and visit with some folks. And then there's ladies are having a luncheon this afternoon or during lunch today in the Weidmans, and I'm going to go by and visit with them and say hello and spend time there. But look for my white truck, 4-door truck, got Brent Bailey magnets all around it. Not too hard to miss. Flag me down, but I will be in and out and around. And
now, what time will the Weidman's lunch begin?
I think that's at 11 or 11:30. I want to say 11:30, but I'll be there beforehand. And somebody wants to stop by and visit, ask some questions. I see you got some questions coming up here.
Yeah,
and there's a few of those I'd love to address, and one of those was about cybersecurity issues. If we got just a minute,
you said
that's something that I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Being on emergency management, that kind of
that is something that
we think about.
That we do a lot of interaction with our utilities in understanding what they're taking. There's a lot going on that they're dealing with. The evolution of the threats are always evolving. New threats every day, both physical as well as cyber. And it's amazing what they're doing behind the scenes, working internally as well as across the utility sector, partnering with others as well as state and federal government to ensure that they're protecting this infrastructure at all times. There's certainly not things that we ask them to file information on that's subject to Freedom of Information Act. We don't want to show our hand, and they certainly don't want to either. But we have high confidence in the utilities, all utilities, of what they're doing to protect infrastructure, to protect their consumers, and to ensure reliability and resiliency of their system. And it's an ongoing battle. It's a battle they fight every day. And we have a really good network. We do participate on a monthly call with federal officials just to hear what's the latest threats and what's being done and how they're adapting to that, and who the threat actors are. So it's a lot that's going on.
Well, we look forward to that, and we are going to come see you there. What did you see there, Odie?
The whole time he was talking and everything else, Commissioner Brent Bailey also took time enough to post the newsletter on the comment section of this program of cybersecurity.
Yeah.
So you can go on there and type or pull that up and go to that link and spend a lot of time talking about it. He's as good as we are.
Yeah,
with,
cybersecurity. This is actually
Yeah.
This is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We do a weekly newsletter, and we highlighted that yesterday in our newsletter. And we'd love for anybody to participate, sign on, and learn a lot what we do. And in that newsletter, we post all the filings that come in every week, our orders, decisions we make. We write about certain issues that are important to us, and hopefully is a great tool for folks to really see what goes on inside the commission and things that go on in our wacky minds sometimes, as we try to do the best we can to represent ratepayers, consumers, to ensure they're getting reliable service at the best rates possible.
And don't forget, let me pull this up where we can show this. I'm going to put this up here.
Yeah.
There we are. Don't forget, he's going to be running for re-election. Look for him on the ballot near you come November.
Less than 3 weeks away.
Can you imagine?
We are that close.
It's amazing. These 4 years have flown by. It's been an honor and a privilege to work in this role. I've done a lot in this world over the last 15 years, but I have still learned so much. I learn something new every day.
Yeah.
In working with consumers, users of utilities, what the utilities themselves do. Sometimes we like to say, "Oh, the bad guy," in the big bad monopoly utilities. They are monopoly. We get that, but that's why we regulate them, and that's why we have this watchdog, this consumer advocacy role, as well as balancing the what's in the best interest of advancing the economic underpinnings of the state of Mississippi to make Mississippi more attractive, make energy prices competitive, to hopefully bring in additional new industry, manufacturing, et cetera, while at the same time not burdening our ratepayers and providing them a reliable, affordable, critical, essential service to maintain a quality of life and a standard of living that we all expect. And that's certainly, in my view, the key role of the PSC.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you coming in and spending
definitely.
a little time with us this morning. We'll see you at lunch. Weidman's is where he'll be. Come by and ask him. Yeah, always a great place to eat there.
And just
Man.
doing our thing.
Yeah.
About 11 o'clock, get there, somewhere between 11 and 11:30. Ask him some questions, get to know what his thoughts are, and if he's on the same alignment as you on beliefs, and get out and vote November 7th. Vote for Brent Bailey for Public Service Commissioner.
All right. We'll be back coming back tomorrow morning. A lot more
23
lined
hours.
up.
Look, it'll be Friday tomorrow. We told y'all it was coming. We're gonna fix the camera while we're gone.
Yep.
But look, we couldn't do this without you. We enjoy being here with y'all every day. We enjoy y'all being here with us. Have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, remember, we love you, and Jesus does too.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.